Just right off the bat, you want to just explain how do we hold the ball when we're snapping, and our stance, and just the basics here.
Yeah, the basics. Essentially, you want to hold it however you throw a football. So you're in the backyard with buddies throwing the ball around. That's how you want to hold it. So traditionally, you put your ring finger here on the second lace, grab it there. That's traditionally how you'd hold the ball. And now for the offhand, we call it the guide hand. It varies. For myself, I'm a little bit more straight up on the ball. See there, I kind of put my thumb right along the seam of the ball here, and this finger actually goes on the other side because I look at it and it works for me. I'm not sure if there's any science behind it, but I feel like it balances the ball a bit. So you've got your right index finger over here, and this one on this side. It seems like it balances the ball pretty well for me, and I'm able to release it evenly. So that's how I hold it. Well, that's how most people hold it. I hold it a little bit different. I actually put 2 fingers on the ball. I put my middle finger and then my other one 3 laces down. Okay. Luckily, I've got a little bit bigger hands, so I'm able to get a little bit better grip on the ball. Okay. But for young guys, you got smaller hands, you got to play around with it and really focus on the guide hand, because that's really going to stabilize the ball as you're releasing it. So, but that's good place to start, and you just play around with it. It feels what's good for you. So.
Okay, cool.
Next thing we talk about is release. So one drill I always like to show younger guys, if you're laying your back and you just kind of play catch with yourself there. So like we talked about earlier, grabbing the ball, and you can just sit here in your room, on your bed, whatever it is, and just release the ball. So you just learn how to throw the ball, and that's all snapping is. You're getting the power from your legs and the torque going through, and then you're just releasing that ball. So if you just practice this, laying down, and you want your hands to release, they should look like this. When you release the ball, like they want to touch each other like this, and you should be pointing to the target. Everything should be even, and that's how you release the ball.
Okay, perfect. Just another thing is, so you're long snapping. What is your target? I know obviously there's a punter. Mm-hmm. Now, is there a strategic way, or is there a formula that you have? I know you had to have a good relationship with your punter, but what is your targets, or what should long snappers be focusing on? Like, it doesn't matter what side their kicking leg is on.
Yeah, we're looking at stuff. When you get to a more advanced level, you want to. Depending on the leg of the kicker, and ideally you want to be placing it. But for young guys, getting the ball back there, not dribbling it back, not throwing it over his head. Get it there, get it in his frame, ideally, the top of his shoulders, down to mid quad is fantastic. So myself, I look at the top of the numbers. Okay. Now I've changed that up over the years, gone back and forth. I used to no look snap. Okay. If you look around the CFL right now, there's actually quite a bit of no look snappers. So essentially, everything's good, and they look at the ball and they just follow it all the way through with their head from there. Myself, I look at the top of the numbers, and I'm a look snapper. So, but you just got to go with what's comfortable for you. So.
Okay, perfect.
So we're gonna let a couple fire, see if Simmy can catch some. We're gonna go 10 yards. Typically in the CFL, punter's gonna be at 14.5, say 15 yards. For some of the younger guys, it might be closer to 12 yards, but that doesn't really matter. So we'll just do a couple from 10 yards right now to put it all together. So after you finish, you finish from here, typically your coach would want you to block in one direction or the other. So from there, I just stress don't cross over your feet. So pretend I just finished my snap. I want to go like this. So what I do is I would place the one foot halfway and then shuffle from there. Just like an old lineman, similar to how they would move. The one thing that you should try to avoid is snapping and then crossing over your feet, because then you're just putting yourself off balance for the blockers. So typically when I'm working in the off season, sometime a ball will come out and it doesn't come out perfect the way you want it. A lot of times it just means that I'm not finishing through the ball. So a lot of times it means, I'm not pushing all the way through. My hands are ending up here instead of how we talked about getting all the way through. You're just not getting that extension and spin on the ball.